What's up, Wolfpack? Welcome to today's video. I know it's been 2 weeks since I have posted. It has been just crazy lately. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what I do now and how to obtain a job on base, because that's what I'm doing now. So one of the reasons that I have been a little MIA for the last 2 weeks is that Jeremy and I are running a vlog channel that takes up a ton of my time, and you can check out by clicking right up in the corner up here. And on top of that, I am now working a full-time job on base. So a little bit about what I'm doing is I work in the marketing department at Mountain Home Air Force Base. We do all of the marketing for the facilities, the bowling center, the lodging facilities, the restaurants, the golf course, the library, the youth center, all of those types of facilities, the fitness center. They do events, and then we put out all of the marketing for their events. We do flyers, social media. I'm now starting a YouTube channel for them. And so that is sort of what I'm doing now, working with them. I run a website, I run Facebook, I help with flyers, making the flyers, handing the flyers out or putting them up around the base, and taking photos at the events. Things like that are now what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis for Mountain Home Air Force Base. It is a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work, and it took me a while to find a job. And I know that a lot of spouses have similar issues. They don't know where to start, they don't know what to do, and I know that, like where we are, a lot of military bases are kind of out in the middle of nowhere, which doesn't leave you a lot of options off base. Basically, my options were find a job on base, drive an hour to Boise, or work at Walmart. And while working at Walmart is not like the worst ever, but it's not exactly what I wanted to spend my day doing. I've worked in retail before, and I know I don't really want to work in retail ever again. So I was fortunate enough to find a job within my skill set that lined up with my degree a little bit, and that is something I enjoy doing on a regular basis. So a little bit about how I went about finding this job and how you can go about finding an on-base job if that's what you're looking for. There are 2 places you can go. If you want a job in the BX and commissary, that's one place. Or if you want a job with any other military facility on base that hires civilians, that's a whole separate website. So to find a job like I have, working for the Air Force as a civilian employee, that's nafjobs.org, which I will link in the description box below. And there you can enter in your base, what branch, what kind of job you want, any of that kind of stuff. And then you can put in, if you're a military spouse, they give you preference for jobs, which is awesome. So I went in there, I browsed, there was a bartender job at the club on base, there was a childcare job, and there was a marketing job. And I was like, marketing, perfect. I think I applied for the bartending job too, but marketing was much more up my alley. And I was fortunate enough to then get called in for an interview a few weeks later. And after the interview, I then was called a few weeks later after that to come into Human Resources, and it was about a 2-week process in the Human Resources office, getting fingerprinted, doing a drug test, filling out paperwork, doing a background check. There was like a 12-page packet I had to fill out that went back to 2011 with every address, every person like I've ever spoken to. It was very intense, lots of paperwork that I had to fill out. And then I was able to start the job. So between the first interview and when I actually started working was probably about a month and a half. And from what I understand, that's a very short time period. I know a lot of people who have gotten jobs on base that it's taken twice that long, if not longer than that. I know they try to be very thorough with the people that they hire. In my situation, the person who I was replacing was leaving, and they needed to hire someone before she left so that she could train me. And so they kind of expedited the process a little bit. It's definitely interesting working on base. You kind of get to know everyone, especially working in marketing, because you are dealing with every facility. You're dealing with civilians, you're dealing with service members, you're dealing with families. So you kind of get to see how everything works. You get to know everything that's going on around base, and you get to meet all kinds of really awesome people. I was able to produce a video promoting our new fitness annex, which was super cool. We did a crib style video, which you can check out right up here if you want to see it. And the airman that I worked with on that, I worked with actually someone in Jeremy's office, in the public affairs office, to help me produce the content. And then I worked with an airman from the fitness center who was super nice, super fun, totally a good sport about the fact that we were basically shooting an episode of Cribs. And he was stoked about it. And it was just, it was fun to get to do that. And now I know all these extra things about the fitness center. And any of my friends who are spouses here, if they have questions about anything going on around base, they can ask me. And I know, you know, what events are going on, what day they're going on, what's happening. And it's kind of fun to be able to know everything that's going on around base. And, you know, not having to rely on Jeremy for information or having to rely on other friends. And especially not living on base, it definitely gives me like a kind of a sense of community with the other people on base. And so far everyone I've met has been welcoming and nice, and I think that's really awesome because I've heard so many negative stories from people at other bases. I've been very fortunate in that Mountain Home has been great. Everyone I've met has been so nice, and that's really awesome. Comment below if you are at Mountain Home, because I would love to meet you, talk to you, chat with you, whatever, if we don't know each other already. And then I would also like to hear from anyone else who has a job as a spouse on base. Maybe it's childcare, the library, whatever it may be. I would love to hear about your jobs, so definitely comment below. Share a little bit maybe about your process of obtaining your job, and then also, you know, how you're enjoying it, what base you're at, whatever, you know, whatever you want to share about your job, I'd love to hear. If there's anyone who has a job off base, I'd also love to hear about that. That was a process I was trying to go through. It's a little bit harder because it's a very small town here, and so I wasn't able to find anything, but I'd love to hear about that, so definitely comment below. I'm sure there are other people who might want to hear about that as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave any questions, comments, whatever down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want me to follow up on anything else, definitely let me know, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye!